Hi guys, it is the last week before I go on my cruise. I officially have like 8 days. I think it's 8 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 9. 9 more sleeps till I go on my cruise. And it is 6 more sleeps until my birthday. Not that I'm doing anything for my birthday, but I have planned a surprise. Well, I'm hoping a surprise, like Korean type barbecue, because that's what my flatmate likes. And I've invited her family. So her sister's going to organize everything, and I'm just going to give her money, really. But I need to do a balloon gala, so I'm going to do that on Wednesday on my day off. As well as I'm getting my hair done. So yes, I am going to get a balloon gala and get some food for us for a cooked breakfast on Saturday. So this week is actually so jam-packed. I have a meeting on Tuesday during work. It's only 45 minutes. And then I have an hour and a half meeting on Wednesday night. So I need to make sure that I don't forget to go to that, being that I don't have work. And then Thursday is home group, and then Friday is the dinner. So this week is packed. Saturday is my birthday, and I am going to do breakfast in the morning for us, and then I've got a baby shower to go to. I am trying, and I don't think it's going to get completed this week. I don't think everything can come in time, but I am doing another one of my nappy cakes, which is not a nappy cake whatsoever, or a diaper cake. It's not that whatsoever. But this one, I've done a steampunk one, I've done a Dr. Seuss one, I've done a safari one, and so this one is going to be 3-tier boxes in shapes of shoes, so my flatmate can draw. So she's drawn me a shoe on the first one, and the first one is Air Jordan, and then we thought maybe an Air Jordan, maybe a Nike, and then maybe a Croc. We're not sure yet. We're still debating on what the different shoes is, or Air Force, maybe an Air Jordan, an Air Force, and a Croc or something. We're not sure yet. And each layer is going to be something different. So the box, and the outside of the box will look like the shoe, and then inside of it is filled with stuff, and they're stacked on each other like a cake. And I just call it a nappy cake. Nappies are normally in it and will be in it. So the first layer, I've got a comforter, sheets, I'm going to get a sleep sack and pacifier, so I'll put that all in the first one, and maybe like a pajama onesie zip-up thing. And then in the second box, it will be like a changeable, like a portable change mat, and some nappies, maybe some nappy bags for when they're out and about, and I might actually put in there as well as a bunch of onesies that I want to get them, some stretch and grows, and a hooded towel, and a swimsuit and a swim hat, and then I think that's pretty much all I would fit in that one. Oh, and a set of nappies, and maybe some creams, we'll see. And then in the last one, I'm gonna put there's a little container that you can get that's got like a thermometer and nail clippers and stuff, like a grooming kit. So I want to get a grooming kit. I may want to get like a footprint or handprint that they can do. I've seen one of those. Also, oh my god, gosh, I just had it in my head and it's just gone out. Gosh, sorry, it's just left my head. Something else that I want to put in it. I try to bottles. 1 or 2 bottles. Tippy tubby ones or whatever it's called. Because she's got some of the Advent ones, so that she'll have 2 different ones. And then I'll put in some formula sachets. Might put in some nursing pads. Maybe some nipple cream. Yeah, that kind of stuff. If I can figure out what her favorite chocolate is, I might have to ask her partner what her favorite chocolate is. Maybe put in some chocolate or something in there as well. But yeah, so like make up a little pack like that. And so it'll be 3 tiers and 3 shoes. So something different, but yeah, I try to do this every so often. I haven't made one in quite a few years. Yeah, I didn't make one for the last one that was born. But I did buy a lot of stuff, so I do end up putting a lot of stuff in it, and I put a lot of money into them. I think I just, obviously, I overcompensate for me not having a child and me being away from all my friends. Even though I only have like one really good friend who has had 4 babies. Let me get that right. Yes, 4 babies. Sorry, because I know you're watching this. You know, like I overcompensate for that, and obviously my 2 nieces and my nephew, like I haven't done anything like this for them either. Yeah, and I tried to do one for my godson, and it did not work whatsoever. But yeah, I try to get as much practical things as I can, because I figure people get so many clothes and they grow out of it within a second, and it's all this other little stuff that people don't think about getting that is really practical to have. And it also means that like things like a cot sheet, a hooded towel, those types of things, comforters, pacifiers, like they can have these things for like 2 years, like 1 or 2 years. Bottles. Yeah, so it just means that there's some things, a change mat they can have for ages. For a couple of years. Yeah, so that's kind of what my thought process is behind that. Luckily we have something like lay-by here, which is called Afterpay. So you will pay it in 4 installments. You have to put a first installment, and then yeah, they cut it down into 4 payments, so it's perfect. And once I get to December, then I'm gonna have more money, so it's all good. What was I gonna say? So I had someone question me. I've got someone trying to get a hold of me on YouTube saying, giving me compliments or whatever. I'm not using this platform to meet anybody. So sorry for the person that is trying to watch my videos and hit on me. But yeah, it's not really gonna happen because I have no idea who you are, and I don't intend to really have a conversation with you on this platform, or probably on any platform, because I just think that is a little bit dodgy. So sorry to the guy that is trying to do that. Anyways, I did have someone say to me today, you know, as I'm watching like things like One Tree Hill, which I'm on season 9 and more than halfway through season 9, which is the last season. And it's had a bridal party, a bachelorette party, and a baby shower. And like, this girl had a baby and she was just like, you know, I'm just slapping it up. because it's like, you pinch yourself that it's finally happened. Like, it just doesn't seem real after all this time. But yeah, I totally feel in the fiber of my body that I'm going to have these moments. And it's slightly scary being that I'm about to turn 43 and there's no prospect whatsoever in my life. But I feel like I'm on the verge. I'm on the cusp of something amazing happening. Yeah, that's just the way that I'm feeling. But anyways, someone said to me today, if there's a baby available for you in Canada, would you come back? I'll say that again. If there was a baby available for me to adopt in Canada, would I come back? That hope is so real for me. Not that there's a baby in Canada, but like that I would like somehow miraculously get a baby. Would I consider it? Yes. But again, it's kind of like bringing my niece here. Like, the logistics of it are an actual nightmare. Like, unless I knew 100% sure that that baby was actually going to be mine, I don't know if I would even consider it. The only thing with that is, like, I go home and I don't have a place to live. I don't even have a job. Like, and I wouldn't even make as much money as I make here. Like, I am getting paid here double, and that's not even a stretch to say that. From what I've talked to people at home, I am getting paid double what I would get paid at home. And the cost of living at home is not double. The cost of living here is not double. Like, I looked into it, and the cost of living here to the cost of living at home, it's probably the difference with the exchange rate of like $5 or $6. Yet I am making double what I would be making at home. So if I wanted to have a child from Canada and it could be worked out, I would rather it come here because I feel like I have more to offer it here. I'm stable in a house with a job, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know the logistics of that. Have I thought about adopting from home? Yes, but I'm pretty sure New Zealand doesn't actually have an alliance with Canada. Is not one of the places that has an alliance with to do like an adoption like that, so I don't even know what it was. And then someone asked me whether I would have an open adoption or a closed adoption. Look, I'm telling you, a closed adoption does not make sense to me whatsoever. And I only say that because even if a person was like a drug addict or whatever, there would still be normal people in that family. And obviously that person who was an addict could change somewhere down the line. And I wouldn't want to take that away from this child. Yeah, I think a child has a right to their genealogy and to know where they come from and have connections to where they have come from. I've always felt this way. It's a very strong opinion that I've always had. Like, they should know where they come from and have some kind of connection, whether it's a grandparent or an auntie or even just a friend of the person that is not able to care for the baby anymore. Yeah, it's just the way that it is. And obviously that would be made 10 times harder with me here and them and their family in Canada. I mean, obviously I would do video chats and, anytime I went home, like, that would be a massive priority. It's the same as if I got a child from another culture, like, it's very important for me that I would respect that culture and learn everything I could about that culture or the language and then pass that on to my child by getting them into groups of that culture, or classes in the language or whatever. Yeah, that's just kind of what I had to do. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Easter camp, my pastor got back to me and he's putting me on the list, but he doesn't know what I will do. I most likely will do hands off with youth, and it'll be more like maybe helping in the kitchen or whatever, which I have done before. So that's fine. But they do want 50 volunteers, so they're not turning away any volunteers. So that is very exciting. And I talked to my team leader about like if I'm still having Wednesdays off instead of Thursdays, like, can we swap it? Because I've already committed to this now, being that I thought I was always having Thursdays off, and they said they would make it work, so that's great. No update on my family member. Church today was very interesting. It was very confronting. It was talking about sharing your faith, which I had all these statistics of like 900 people that got interviewed or like asked these questions, and like my group of category was like always high until the very last question, and then everybody was low, and the very last question was about sharing your faith with other people, and how we tend to shy away from that. And it's 100% true. We don't want to step on toes. I want to keep the peace, till I'm blue in the face. My dad will try to convert me to Islam. I've got other friends who are a bunch of different cultures, some who aren't any culture. And yes, I do think living with Jesus is much better than living without. And that's how it keeps me going. And yes, I still have trials and tribulations, and it's not a perfect life by any means. But that's because I also have the capacity to make my own choices, and my own choices don't always align with God, but I am trying my hardest and trying to work on living more that way, but it is very, very hard. Yeah, and we do want to keep the peace, and we do want to accept people for who they are, and so like I do want to accept them and love them no matter what their lifestyles are, no matter what they do that I don't agree with, because I think it's important to accept and love everybody, and I think that's what Jesus would want us to do. But that it tends to be that I don't share about Jesus and my faith, and maybe that's more to do with not really knowing how to share in a way that will come across as loving. When questions arise, I try my best to answer those. When non-Christian friends ask that, I do not hide that I am a Christian. I've never hid that. Most people know that I am. But I am not a go around, how's your relationship with Jesus kind of person. I mean, heck, I feel like I've just started to get my personal relationship back in the last probably 6 months or so. Really just starting to grapple with it again and just be confident in who I am. And I feel that is what has made me just not have my low days, and yeah, just be all right again. Like, I still have the odd low day. I had it the other week, but I can work through it now, and it's not as big of an issue for me anymore, and it's not low as in like defeated. It's just low as in like, what next? I do want to go through and kind of show you guys like, my last, one of my last videos, I was talking about how, what stress looks like to me. And, I kind of want to show you that through, like, one of the main things I do, and, is this journal. So, I started this journal. I always write the dates. Not that page. But I started this journal in June. And I have written this much already. Like, that's a lot since June. But I would say that some of this, like, this is June to August, But look how big August. Like, when things go wrong in my life, this is what I do. It's absolutely chock-a-block. And I've written almost every day in the month of November so far. Look, and even October 30th, October 31st, like October 29th, October 28th. Like, when things are bad, I am writing in it October 16th, every single day. But when things aren't so bad, and this book might not be the best, like this was once a week, things were bad because I was at home. Like, this is like a full page from, it's like a massive journal entry because I was at home. But like, I would have like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even months in between what I write. And I can show you that. I've got a big box in this cupboard, which I'll show you. Kind of. I'm not going to show you all of it, obviously. And a mirror just fell on me. I have got in this blue box here. If I can even get out and get these books out of the way. Oh my gosh, sorry, my closet is like a disaster. This basket is full of books. Full of books. This is like every single journal I have had since I was 13. It is 2 layers. It is massive. Every single journal that I have ever owned and written in. And that is how I keep my stress level down. Always how I keep my stress level down. These books. And some are like semi-big, and some aren't very big. Like, this one was not very big, but it was from 1995. Obviously I had a terrible birthday then. Yeah. Oh, my friend Michelle bought me this. This is where I lived. Yeah, I only had this book for 5 months and 3 days. So obviously things were not all that good. Yeah, I don't even know what I was writing there, but I do want to share those like bits and pieces with you of that. So that is going to eventually come, but I'm not sure when. So anyways, I wanted to share with you what was going on, and I will talk to you in a few days probably. When I have some other things. I'm going to go to bed now to do devotions and then go to bed. I'm working through, I've just started the Gospel of John. So I'm on chapter 2 of the Gospel of John. And so it's 90 days of reading the 4 Gospels. So I read it, and then I've got to read it, and then I've got a devotion that goes with it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to home group this week, because I know that based on the church service from this morning, where it asked us some tough questions, I'm interested to just have those questions about what keeps people from telling others about Jesus and stuff like that. And 100% have no issue in sharing any of that, and maybe I will once I start going through some of my journals. But yeah, that is enough for today. I will talk to you later. Bye.